Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are continuing our incredible journey into Heartstopper, this time on to episode number 3. Last time, what did we have? I think I actually have my notes from last time. Only watched it yesterday, and I'm already blanking on what happened. That's how lacking my memory is. So last time we actually had, we had a lovely episode with Charlie and Nick. I can't give me a second, right? Because I think I've actually heard that like there's like a more comfortable order in which you say their names, and I think it's in the bio for Netflix on Twitter. It's Nick and Charlie, not Charlie and Nick. So yeah, apparently I think because like how some pairing names sound better in one way than the other, they sound more kind of dingy one way. So I think yes, apparently it's Nick and Charlie, not Charlie and Nick. I was about to say their names and then I remembered, wait, what did I read on Netflix's bio when I clicked on there earlier? So yeah, Nick and Charlie, not Charlie and Nick. So yeah, knowing me, I'm gonna use that interchangeably. I'm gonna use that so interchangeably just because I know now that those two orders are in my head. Like I'm gonna end up using them interchangeably, but I'm sure it's not that bad compared to anything else you could probably say. So yeah, definitely the lesser of a multitude of wrong ways to say things. So yeah, Nick and Charlie. But we had a lovely episode with Nick and Charlie, like spending the day together in the snow. Like how much better can you get in the snow? Some people might say rain. Those people are entitled to their own opinion, but they spent the day in the snow. They made snow angels. They were with Nelly, Nick's dog. They spent the day with her, and they spent just like they just kind of spent the day having fun. They played some video games. They played like I think Mario Kart on the Switch and everything. That was amazing. They just hung out. Essentially, they hung out, and I think that like that one day with Charlie, and Nick was already on his laptop googling, "Am I gay?" So now we know now we know the true power of love and everything. So yeah, it was a great episode in that sense. So they spent some time together and had some good old kind of friendly shenanigans that led to Nick questioning next to everything. So that was cool. We had all of Charlie's all of Charlie's friends pretty much just kind of like very very kind of incessantly warning against him continuing or indulging his own crush on the supposedly straight guy, and just warning there was like it was gonna end badly. It's not gonna work out. He's straight, and to them he's so obviously straight because of what he does and how he looks and everything. So we had that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the journey kind of like the I'm looking forward to seeing how their kind of relationship develops for many reasons, but also like at least like one of those reasons is definitely going to be like the reaction of everyone around them, both Nick's friends and Charlie's friends, for them subverting expectations and proving like, hey, you can look however you want, and it like expression and sexuality are two different things. So doesn't matter what you look like in the end. So yeah, or even what you do. You can have whatever kind of hobby you want. So yeah, so that was cool. So we had that. We had Next Confusions. That was cool. And then we had a bit more kind of screen time and a bit more kind of focus with Elle too. Elle over at Higgs and everything, and her making friends with Tara and Darcy, the neighborhood sapphics and everything. So that was cool. And they're dating. They're officially, you can call them gal pals if you want, but then just use it knowing that that is the strongest possible, one of the strongest terms you can use in this context and everything. So they are officially dating. They're girlfriends. I mean, they're girlfriends, but I think not publicly out. Like a few of their close friends know, and now Elle, they also reassured Elle that she can be considered one of them. So that was cool. Her just kind of being brought into their little making their duo like a little bit of like a kind of trio, at least socially, not romantically, but yeah, but she made some new friends. She made some great new friends who accepted her pretty much immediately and brought her in and made her feel welcome and everything. So that was really sweet. And yeah, I think just being introduced to Tara and Darcy overall, just like having despite it being like a show that's introduced and kind of somewhat kind of at least mostly driven by the newly blossoming kind of connection between Nick and between Nick and Charlie. Yeah, I think they're not like making it exclusive to them. They're not in any way saying like, oh, only these two can have only the gay boys can actually have a relationship. Like even the girls can actually have whatever they want together. They can explore. They can date each other. They can do whatever. So it's got a little bit of something for everyone, which I think is really great too. It's not just like there's a number of different labels and a number of different ways to be who you are. And I think this show, and I mean presumably also given that it's based off the novels too, I think maybe even the graphic novels actually have a little bit of something for everyone within the queer community. So I think that's beautiful. So yeah, can't wait to see how everyone gets along and how they have fun and how the story progresses too. So yeah, that's pretty much the most of what I can remember from the last one. Just some fun times with Nick and Charlie, and also some equally fun times with Tara and Darcy and Elle and everything. So I think that was there anything else? I don't think so. I think again, small episodes, like quite a bit happens, but then it's all kind of fairly quickly paced. So I think that's most of what I remember anyway. I think which is pretty much most of what happened in the episode too. So doesn't make much of a difference. I think I'm curious now. I'm curious to see if we actually do get to see what Nick finds out after googling "Am I gay?" Like if he actually does a quiz, or if he just if he finds actual kind of information from trusted sources on what different labels mean and what they are, and how to kind of over time correctly identify yourself and all that kind of stuff. So I'm curious if he actually is gonna find some kind of maybe even like a subpar kind of quiz that gives him something, and then he's actually gonna go dig even further and actually find something more accurate. So I guess we'll see. So on to episode number 3 of Heartstopper. Let's go. 5 signs you might be gay. You love superhero movies. You've been having some pretty sexy dreams. Every time you see a stray couple, you wonder what the big deal is. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That's some interesting signs. Oh yeah, and of course the bad shit too. Yeah, the horrible shit that comes with it. The ultimate gay quiz. Oh. Is he a bit possessive of Charlie? I don't think so. No, he just really likes Charlie, and he really loves spending time with him. Play again, 62% homosexual. 62%. Oh no, Nick. Oh no, Nick. It's fine, buddy. It's for Nick. 62%. Okay, don't trust those kinds of numbers and those kinds of percentages and scales and all that shit. Just
Party? My 16th birthday party.
Oh, 16th birthday party.
You're gonna be there.
At a hotel?
Yeah,
really?
Sounds good. You better bring some cool people with you as well.
Do you not think I'm cool, Nick Nelson?
Fine, I guess I can invite you, Imogen.
Imogen.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to Harry's party? With me?
Oh, okay. Oh.
Doesn't really sound like my sort of thing. Please come.
I mean, hey,
to be there.
I'm pretty sure he's inviting you with a lot more heartfeltness than with Imogen. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Great. He's got a date. Oh, their first date. Technically, kind of, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, got to send it. Got to inform the group chat immediately. Oh, the key smashing. Oh damn. Oh no. What does Isaac say? Where's Isaac? Is he not in this group chat? Oh, speak of the devil himself. Oh jeez. Oh, he couldn't care less. He's too busy reading. Which, you know what? I kind of get. When you got a good book, next to nothing else matters in the world. When you got a good book in your hands, next to nothing else matters. I love that he actually did just one look at the phone. He's like, nah, I ain't got time for that. Nah, Oh, is this Charlie's dad?
Up at 10, okay?
Oh, this is Charlie's dad.
No, 10's late enough.
Okay.
Call me if you need me, okay?
Oh, do his pet? I mean, if he's out of school, his parents gotta know, right? Because yeah, I feel like maybe. But I just hope he at least had some control coming out to his friends and family at least, and he wasn't just out to everyone. Oh. Nick, oh Charlie, please, see each other from. Don't do the thing where you don't see each other from across the room. I fucking hate those things. Please see each other, find each other. Don't do this to me. Oh, they found each other. Okay, great. Okay, I can rest at least partially easy now, knowing that they're Oh gosh, yeah. Tells
I
mum.
want to hear everything. How are you doing, my love? All right? New school, okay? And you come, I'll put the kettle on.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, that's sweet.
I swear to God, she loves you more than me.
Oh, even Isaac can't do it. No, he's reading. I'm willing to bet he's reading a book. He found a really good book, and he's too into that. I'm willing to bet being sick is just his excuse. Or maybe he's in bed sick with a good book. Maybe. Either way, a book is involved. A good story is involved, and honestly, kind of love that for him.
I don't really feel that way.
It's fine.
Don't worry, the unattraction is very much mutual.
All of this could have been avoided if I just
told everyone I was a lesbian.
Okay, she is a lesbian.
Yeah,
okay.
but
Wouldn't be a lie.
what?
And she has a girlfriend and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
she's
actually
winning
are.
in life. She's winning.
That's my girlfriend over there.
Hey, Darcy. Hey, there she is.
You mean like come out?
Not necessarily.
Or just
We don't want to make a big announcement or anything, but
be casual.
maybe just not hide so much.
Hey, whatever suits you.
That's cool. Do you know Charlie Spring?
Yeah, I know of Charlie Spring. Are you friends?
Yeah. Yeah, we sit next to each other in form. He's probably...
Oh, is she picking up some vibes too? Oh, you sitting next to each other in form, huh? Huh.
Gotta go.
Tara and Darcy, if Tara and Darcy. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy for them. Yeah.
Do you feel sorry for him because he's gay?
Oh, you
Oh
utter
my God,
twit.
Nah, wait. Do you think he has a crush on you? Oh my God, how sad.
You utter twits.
That's homophobic, Harry. And I really don't like you. Happy birthday.
Good, yeah. Good to call him out. You gotta call him out.
Some of my friends said that they were going.
Friends from Higgs.
Tara
You
and
made some
Darcy.
friends?
Yeah, you jealous?
No.
I actually needed to put myself out there or I'd just be alone.
I mean, technically, Tara still came to you with the pencil case, but still, hey, it still counts. It
So I
counts.
think I'm going to be okay there.
Sorry.
Oh, crap. Oh, well, please don't let Nick see Ben and Charlie together. Don't get the wrong idea.
Do not touch me!
I miss you guys though.
Yeah.
Oh, Imogen!
Can't dance. I was just looking for someone.
No, stay with me. I want to hang out with you.
Oh,
Do you like
boy.
me?
Oh, boy.
What?
I really like you, Nick. You don't have to reply right now. I just wanted you to know.
Well, at least he has that information. Oh, at least they're having fun. At least they're having fun. Hey! Their first kiss, probably. I don't know, maybe their first kiss. Aww. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so great. Oh. Yeah, and seeing them happy together is what's gonna, you know. Oh, I love the little kind of pride filter. I love the little, yeah, the filters, yeah. Aww. Yeah, seeing Tara and Darcy together and being out and open. That's what's gonna give him the confidence to go and find Charlie. Yeah. Oh. Go find Charlie. Go find him. Well, now you found him, so go be with him.
I felt like I was in the way.
You are the
And
way.
Your 11 friends are kind of intimidating.
Well, that's
Yeah. I pushed them into a wall and told them to go away. Yeah.
that's pretty much a play-by-play of what
I think
happened.
this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm so proud.
Shut up.
Aw.
It's kind of noisy in here, isn't it?
Oh, first Tara and Darcy, and now Nick and Charlie. Really? Is this episode nothing but great resolutions? Really? Because I'm here for that.
You should have gone on my super sweet 16.
So he could cry when his parents got him the wrong colour Lamborghini.
Oh, damn, the whole ballroom all to themselves, damn.
So you don't have a crush on Nora at the moment?
Well, I didn't say that. You're just going to assume they're a she.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Are they
Oh, okay, nice going neutral.
not a girl? Would you go out with someone who wasn't a girl?
Maybe.
Maybe he's nice, maybe he's hopeful. Oh,
Would you kiss someone who wasn't a girl?
Oh shit, we're going here. We're going there. We are going there. Oh, we're gonna catapult around the moon and back. Or ricochet even, not catapult, ricochet. Ricochet. Oh, the sparks. The sparks. The sparks. Oh. They're doing it. They're doing it. They're kissing. Oh, and they're holding hands. Oh. Go on, have at it, boys. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is the kind of content I signed up for. Good old wholesome romance and first times.
You okay?
Probably breathtaking. Oh shit. Oh shit, it's Harry. Oh no. Is he coming to apologize at least? Has he been shown the error of his ways? I mean, hey, you had your first kiss with Nick, the not so straight guy.
There's no need to start anything. Just because you're in a bad mood at my birthday.
Yeah.
God, he sounds like
Because
such
just
a
in the mood.
dude, bro. The
Yeah,
voice alone,
exactly.
just Christ.
So we're good.
Charlie?
Whoa, what? Where did Charlie go? Oh, he ran off again. Charlie! Oh, he called his dad. Oh.
Hey, you okay?
No, Charlie, it went... Ooh, did it not go well? Did he? Did he not? Oh, no. Charlie. I thought that went well, did it? Did he? Or was it all like too overwhelming for him maybe? Like, yeah, it finally went well with Nick, but then it just got to him really quickly. Or maybe he was even hearing Harry's voice after all that. Just that dipshit just doesn't know when to shut up.
Would you kiss me?
Oh god, oh no, Charlie, no, that's not what happened. We all saw it. We saw the polar opposite happening. That's not what happened.
Fine, one sec.
Wait, what day is it? Because post usually doesn't come on Sundays, right? So what day is it? Oh, and it's raining outside. Don't tell me it's Nick. Don't tell me they're doing the whole the person in the rain thing. They're doing it in the rain, really, in the rain of all things, really. I mean, yeah, the rain is great and romantic and all, but for fuck's sake, oh, that's the end of it. That's the end of the episode. So great, we're gonna get rain next time. Oh, great. So now we actually have a reason to look forward to rain. We actually have a reason to look forward to some rain. Good God. Okay. Okay then. So yeah, that was a tense one. I don't know if I'm the only one who felt that way, but that was a tense episode. That was a tense one. My heart spiked up and down at various points with for good reason too. But in the end, they actually didn't do anything that detrimental, that harmful. They didn't really like tease me and then disappoint me or anything. They pretty much gave me everything I wanted, everything I hoped for. So that was really sweet. That was good. Again, wasn't without its drama or without its kind of moments of, oh god, they're not going to do this, are they? But no, they didn't, and they also didn't as badly as I probably would have expected them to out of habit or anything. So it was still good. It still ended pretty great. So yeah, and I mean that ending alone definitely leaves some space open for expectation and hope and just like a lot of kind of like more to kind of look forward to seeing and everything. So that's really great. But yeah, but the openings, I mean, yeah, they carried on straight from the end of the last episode and actually carried on with Nick conducting the research on he did do what I thought he would. I think the kind of am I gay quiz thing he did was just like a small part of it, and it kind of again that looked like the results of that, the whole concept of that looked exactly as I thought it would. I mean he went on like a bunch of different sites. I think he went on a bunch of different sites. I think he clicked on like a bunch of different answers too. So I don't know if it all was a part of the same quiz or if he actually did kind of go on like different things, even quiz wise, to actually find a thing. But then they only showed us one result. But then even the layout of the result, the thing like you are 62% homosexual and with like a pride flag in the corner in the back and everything, just like that. It's just like that just screams like a really subpar BuzzFeed or like the generic kind of amigay.com tests and quizzes you find if you actually Google the damn thing. So yeah, I mean that looked as generic as I would have expected it to. So yeah, but yeah, Nick, don't trust those answers. Trust your heart. Trust your heart and any other kind of actual accurate kind of information you find from multiple different sources. So yeah, I also hope that they don't end up kind of like if he turns out to be bad. I think so far I think the kind of question even on the characters' minds has been, is he gay or is he not? But then it's kind of completely sidelining stuff like bisexuality and pansexuality. So it's I think I really if he does turn out to be bi, then that would be great. That would be awesome. That'd be fine. But I think I just I don't want them to go down that, because then again, like, because like the test like result itself wasn't like full or nothing, like it was like just over halfway, so I think. But then it's like, you know, 'cause, like, but I think that then, like, I think, you know, I think obviously, like, even the creator herself, actually, I think the kind of outcome she'd want to avoid is then kind of implying that kind of means that bisexuality is like a halfway kind of thing, or it's like a stepping stone or something, because then that's already a common kind of misconception, that bisexuality isn't like a full sexuality, or it's just like a phase or something like that. Like someone who's gay might come out as bi earlier in life on their way to figuring it out. And I mean, some people do, and that's fine. But then it's like, you know, but then, like, you know, I think that the misconception that comes from that is like, oh, so you say you're bi now, but then say like a year from now or 2 years from now, you might come out again being like, oh, I'm straight again, or like, or I'm gay or something. So yes, I mean, if he does turn out to be bi, then that's great. But I think I'm trusting, like he actually comes to that conclusion after actually properly researching bisexuality and actually finding out what it is, and finding out that, like, you know, like, there's no accurate kind of number to it. There's no kind of ratios or whatever. It's like, you know, you can have any level or any kind of any amount of attraction to anyone, and you'll still be like, you can lean more towards women than men, or even vice versa, or in any direction, and it will still result in being bi. So I'm hoping. I think I think again, we saw him googling like a bunch of different things. We saw him actually perusing through like a bunch of different things. I mean, for me, I think maybe the funniest ones were like, oh, do you like superheroes? You might be gay, like that kind of that thing. I think especially in kind of today's kind of pop culture climate too. I think, like, you know, obviously, like, being being queer and actually enjoying sci-fi content, superhero content is like a very common thing. Like, you know, queer people, like, for the most part, you know, everyone's different, but for the most part, queer people do love superheroes. But then it's like, you know, obviously, like, you know, with all the shit going on, like, you know, some people would want to disagree with that. But I think that kind of idea, like, oh, if you love superheroes, but I think in the description, I think even the picture showed a man. The picture showed a man. I think you'd think, you know, oh, you might show like multiple superheroes, like men and women, and you know, like, it's just like superheroes in general. But I think even the description kind of, like, I think he scrolled past it really quickly. But I think even the description actually read, like, you know, oh, like, if you catch yourself, like, you know, noticing like superheroes, like male superheroes, like biceps or their bulging muscles or something, then there's a chance you might be gay. But it's like, you know, there's a lot more that attracts queer people to superheroes than just trust me, than just the muscles. I mean, the muscles are great, but, you know, like, you know, have you seen Wonder Woman's arms? Like, yeah, but no, yeah, there is a lot more than just that actually attracts queer people to superheroes. So I think, I mean, the fact that they use that as an example, I think still does show something. And again, it's not meant to be like the fact. I mean, we see him visiting multiple sources, but I think it's also meant to show that, like, he can just easily land on stuff that's kind of incorrect or out of date or inaccurate or something, just as much as he could land on stuff that is actually accurate and is trustworthy and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it could have been cool to see him actually kind of actually, like, looking up different definitions and finding out different labels and identities and all that kind of stuff. But I think what they did also do, which I think, I mean, yeah, I think it does kind of hold some level of importance too, because I think it's also kind of actually kind of like, you know, I think it definitely does hold like some level of importance, because I think it kind of does also kind of advise him on how to actually approach the situation in externally, kind of like with coming out and everything, like he actually did. He also did read up on different kind of factoids about, like, you know, like homophobia, like queerphobia in general, and, like, you know, how like different kind of news stories you always hear, like, about queer couples being attacked and all that kind of shit. And then even like stuff in other countries, like how like same-sex marriage is opposed, and all sorts of other kind of queer, like, LGBT laws are being kind of struck down and all that kind of stuff, and how just like how people how queer people all over the world are being treated and mistreated and everything. So I think actually having like a good enough kind of deal on like both sides of that, I think like a good enough kind of input of information from both sides was actually pretty important thing to address too, because I think we can't just pretend it doesn't happen. And I think again, like in a story like this, like you prefer not to see, like you prefer to see a person like that actually kind of thriving and flourishing and actually discovering who they are and finally feeling happy. But then it's also like it's still, I think the fact that the focus isn't on that, I think it is what makes it better. But then the fact that they still address it, the fact that they still acknowledge it, I think is what's still important. And they still definitely did that, and they actually showed like Nick not being misled into thinking that it's a life of like, you know, easy peasy and all that kind of stuff, and actually being aware that, you know, like if he does come out, then there are obviously risks, and he has to do it in a way that like he's safe, and he has to actually do certain things in a way that kind of like does still reassure that he's safe at the end of the day, and he's actually in trusted hands and safe hands, and then he has people in his life he can trust and will accept him and everything. So it was definitely important for him to actually find out about that stuff too. So I'm glad they actually did kind of go down that route and make sure he was aware and everything. But then actually just seeing him cry, I think seeing him initially just with like a state of kind of trepidation at like actually googling that stuff and actually did like looking through all the signs and doing the quiz and everything, but then also actually stumbling upon all the other different kind of social stigma kind of stuff and all the kind of more negative stuff, and then actually wanting to actually cry and everything was just like that is just I think that is pretty much like a damn near universal experience among queer people, actually find like actually kind of googling and actually looking for answers, but then also looking for answers you either maybe you thought you wouldn't expect, or maybe you just stuff that you just hoped you wouldn't have to see, because like then, you know, because the thing is, especially like if you grow up like this too, then you grow up knowing you're different. You grow up not knowing exactly how to describe yourself, but then you see people who feel and look the same way that you do actually just being treated in that kind of horrid of a way too. So then you still recognize from that kind of stuff, like deep down, like, oh, this is wrong, but then that person is like me and they're being treated like this, and then maybe there's something wrong with me or something, and then that kind of stuff. I think we haven't really seen that much into either of their histories really, but I think I'm kind of curious as to whether or not, because I think this one was more like present day stuff, and actually him kind of looking for kind of answers on how to move forward with these new feelings and with this new information and everything. So I'm kind of curious to see if like the further we get down the line, we actually might get like some references to the past, or some kind of like actual flashbacks to the past, and had like any previous experiences that they've had that have actually kind of helped them confirm this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that stuff will be cool to see as well. That stuff will be really cool to get into. So yeah. But then I think what we also I kind of assume that at some point we'll have like a coming out scene for him, like with his mum. I think his mum and Charlie's dad are the only kind of other like parents on their end we've seen so far. So I really don't know if they're actually going down the whole single parent route, or if like the others are yet to come. I think that might make it like slightly more interesting. Like maybe if Charlie really only has his dad, and then if Nick really only has his mum, like maybe that might like offer some interesting kind of perspectives and interesting parts and interesting histories as well. Maybe like no, not to say that the other parents have to have left or died or whatever, but I think I'm actually kind of like only having one parent in the picture and actually kind of having those specific parents too. I think it might offer up maybe some interesting perspectives, and actually kind of maybe that way even kind of like help resonate with like that many more kind of queer kids too. So who knows? I mean, I don't know, but I think I do kind of anticipate maybe, I mean, in Charlie's case it will probably be like a flashback maybe, or maybe just him kind of talking to Nick about how he went, about how he did, like how he did. Because I think the one thing I do hope is that like he wasn't outed to everyone. I'm hoping he at least, because I think I can definitely with Charlie, I can definitely see him coming out like at home and with friends, like before the school, because the school is like a huge place with so many people he genuinely doesn't know, and some people he actually who don't really need to know, or people that he thinks like wouldn't need to know or don't deserve to know or anything like that. But then with his friends and family, they're his closest. They're meant to be his closest and his confidants and the trusted people. So I think, you know, they're the people that you need to feel safe with and you need to feel comfortable with and everything. So, you know, because like home is where you go at the end of everything. So then if that's not safe, then things are really dark. So I'm hoping that he at least had the choice and actually had the ability to actually come out in his own time and in his own way to his mother and to his friends and everything, and then, you know, it undoubtedly to his father. So I'm thinking of Nick, no, to his father. I mean, maybe his mother, like if he had the chance, like way back when, because I think also with Charlie too, I think we have no idea how long he was like actually closeted for, like when he realized, like how young he was when he realized, or how long he's actually been closeted for before someone actually found out. So I'm hoping if his mum was still in the picture back then hopefully, you know, he actually did kind of get to tell her the truth too whatever happened and everything. So I'm hoping he actually got that. And then obviously his dad knows. His dad knows, definitely knows. I think I'm glad that his dad actually is not only still in the picture, but then his dad's actually still, you know, he's still here, still present, still warm towards him and everything. He actively he kind of gave him like an early curfew. Which I mean on the one hand he's a teenager, but on the other hand maybe he's actually worried that something could go wrong. So then he's like in like the latest he can stay before his dad comes and picks him up regardless is 10. But then if anything does go wrong, if he actually does need anything in any kind of emergency, then his dad's there at the beck and call. So actually having like an active and warm and loving and presumably accepting father in his life, I think that is something that's actually so great and so genuinely good and heartwarming to actually see, and to see that he actually has a parent like that that's like that's ready regardless and actually kind of accepts him as well and everything. So that's really, really nice to see. So I'm hoping he actually did get the chance to actually come out, you know, before things went wrong and stuff like that. Actually, and then hopefully like all the time before having been outed, school could have actually been easier. At least that way, actually like spending those years knowing that like the people who mattered to him and the people that mattered to him most knew the truth about him and knew him for who he was and actually accepted him and loved him and everything. So. Yeah, that's really, really great, and then vice versa for L2 when she came out and told them her truth, and they both just like coexisting together on the same queer kind of dimensional plane and everything. So that would have been really fun. That would have been really fun. That would have been really cool. So yeah, that is, and I think for Nick, I'm hoping, I mean, we haven't really seen any siblings for him. I think Tori would have been, I feel like, I think for Tori, I can see it going two ways with her. Either one would be like, duh, she already got that, kind of maybe got that kind of here. Maybe she either, I think maybe she either knew and then kind of either pretend acted unsurprised, or maybe actually kind of been or maybe she knowing her, she probably would have been why would this change? Why do you think this would change anything? I'm gonna still love you for the dorky, nerdy little shit that you are. So she's gonna do that, and then from now on, she's actually gonna be actively kind of advising him against dating assholes and dating kind of shitty guys and everything. So then she's just kind of because then she already has that energy with especially with the whole Ben situation too, being oh, did you break up with him because he was a knob and you deserve better? Well, that's great then. Even actually asking him what it looks for in a guy, I feel like Tori would have been just steadfastly supportive, but then also maybe even actually kind of, still being I'm still gonna, pester you like the sister that I am, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, so that would have been her as well. But yeah, I think with Nick, I'm kind of, I've got the feeling that he is like an only child now, because I think Charlie's sister, we introduced her from episode 1, but now with Nick 3 episodes in, we've got nothing for him. So I think he's probably just with his mum, which is fine too. I think with him and his mum, if they're making it work, they seem happy, they seem okay together, so it's working out fine. So I think for him it will just be his mum. So I think I'm anxious, but I'm also kind of anticipating that kind of scene where he actually does come out to his mum, and hopefully it all goes well, and hopefully it's nothing but positive and welcoming and warm and fluid and everything. So yeah, but yeah, I think he gets the feeling, he gets feelings, he's confused about them, then he questions them, and then he asks the internet what's going on, and then he gets some information. And now in this episode he actually got some further confirmation about how he feels about one of his friends in particular. And then even the very next day, he literally shows up at said crush's door in the rain without a coat. Or dude, look, I get the romance aspect of that, yeah, but dude's not even wearing a coat. He's drenched in head to toe. He's gonna catch a fucking cold or something, and then he's not gonna even be able to see Charlie for a week at least. He's not gonna be able to see or kiss or touch Charlie for a week. He's gonna probably say I love you on the doorstep, and then just have to run back home and towel himself off or something like that. That again, if you're gonna do the whole rain thing, fine, just do it smartly. At least wear a hat or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm probably ruining the tone behind that scene. But yeah, the things you do to tell someone you like that you like them, just even willing to catch the freaking common cold. But he showed this. I think he goes from that to that to that, and then the strength of his convictions grows ever stronger and everything. So yeah, I think Nick, his journey, I think, is just so far going, not without its bumps, not without its bumps and its little kind of like, holes in the ground and everything that he just occasionally kind of gets kind of slowed down by. But I think for the most part, he is kind of moving forward in I think in a way that like due to history, feels like for him kind of feels like questionable, like he can't help but maybe second guess himself at like at certain points, or maybe actually kind of get filled with self doubt. But then for the most part, he's like, he knows enough at this point to know that if he doesn't do something about it now, he's gonna regret it forever. He's gonna spend the rest of his life regretting it. And he also, I think he also kind of doesn't want to have to give in to fear or give in to stigma or give in to shame or anything. Like he knows enough about who he likes and what he wants. I think that much, like I think that much about his character is actually really admirable. I think because I think that kind of doubt and that kind of fear is something that all queer people can relate to. But then I think it's like it does genuinely take a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to actually be able to chase after what you want and chase after what kind of feels right, despite what like surrounding voices and surrounding noises might kind of fill your head with and everything. So I think seeing him kind of progress through the journey this quickly is actually kind of comforting, and actually kind of like it's part of what makes this story in the series so wholesome. Actually seeing someone like him coming from a background like this and actually coming from a social circle like this, so as we saw in this fucking episode, so kind of just horrible and so judgmental and so loud. But still finding his way through that noise. Actually, him still finding his way through that noise and finding his way to the mute button of all that noise and being able to embrace it. So, yeah, it's great. It's really great. And yeah, they had their first kiss. Nick and Charlie had their first kiss, inspired by a previously shown wonderful first kiss. I mean, well, the first kiss that we saw, we don't know if it's the first kiss that the first time that Tara and Darcy actually did kiss, like among themselves. I mean, because again, like we saw with Nick and Charlie, like sometimes your first kiss you want it to be a bit more private and a bit more personal and a bit more kind of intimate and everything. So then actually doing it in a room full of people, and especially doing it in a room like that. I think like the way they kissed too. I think that definitely had to be like a more casual, more calm kind of natural kiss, and then they kind of goaded each other into being like, okay, you ready? Yeah, let's do this. Let's just show people who we are and that we don't give a fuck. So. Yeah, and I think that much was what made that admirable and that much more beautiful. The fact that they actually kind of went that kind of distance and that kind of length with themselves and everything. So that was really great. But I think with Nick and Charlie, I think that had all the energy and all the kind of all the kind of that kind of vibe of like an actual first proper kiss, and firstly being really shy and really kind of quick and simple, and then afterwards just like hands on the neck and just like really intimate and really kind of like them two, just them two in the moment and everything, being able to enjoy it. So that was beautiful. That was really great. That was really great to see, and I think definitely kind of actually highlighted what the first experience might be from like the first experience with what might be his kind of first proper crush for Charlie. And then for Nick, just his first time actually kind of, like seeing how it feels being him, kissing who he wants to kiss without actually kind of, being pushed towards it, like how his friends were doing with him and Tara. So, yeah, I think actually, and I think seeing the after effect of that too. I think then maybe actually having it all go down in that way. I think that, but I think also combined with the fact that Harry actually did kind of show up at the end, and then Nick had to go off and deal with him too. I think kind of did put Charlie on the spot, and I think had Harry not shown up, I think maybe he still would have been overwhelmed. I think but then actually like not having Nick have to leave at all, and actually being able to stay like a few more minutes or like an hour more or something, like be able to stay for a bit longer with Nick would have actually kind of settled him and actually kind of eased him into it, and actually been like actually convinced him this is real, this is happening, like the world is finally on my side for once, and I can actually have what I want and feel okay and feel good about it and everything. But then dipshit Harry and his dipshit dude bros just had to come along and ruin everything, like they seem intent on doing, and all in the name of bullshit banter. So yeah, I think again, I mean that was the kind of shit I didn't want. I hoped we wouldn't have to see kids being. I mean, I think I don't even want to say that's just kids being kids, because I think that that's just very very clearly and explicitly homophobic behavior. And I think stuff that they were even called out on it and then initially made uncomfortable for having exhibited that kind of behavior by Nick and everything. But then afterwards they just tried to really cheekily chalk it up to banter and how it wasn't serious and all that kind of, shit and everything. So I'm just glad that not only do we not have to see them again, but then we also likely don't have to see them again because of the fact that Nick is now like, you know what, those guys ain't my friends anymore. I don't really care about them. They're just like, they're pretty much bad people anyway. I think if they want to fix themselves, then they can do that in their own time. I'm not gonna try and be the one who, teaches them the right thing. I mean, clearly they need to be taught, but then no one is really obligated in any way. Especially no queer person is obligated in any way to be their educator or anything. So yeah, so I'm glad he can finally kind of remove that kind of toxicity from his life. And I think Imogen too. I mean, you know what? Looking back, I think I actually kind of feel sorry for Imogen because I think not only I think we saw that the boys were pushing Nick towards Imogen, but I think also the girls and maybe the boys too were actually pushing Imogen towards Nick and being like, oh, he totally likes you. You guys had that one kiss back when you were 13 or something at like a birthday party, and I think it was so great. And it's like, oh, it was meant to be, and they probably goaded her into trying things out with him again under the like under him being single, but then also the history. But then it's like, like that they goaded them both into it, and they were kind of equally pushing them both into it. So then to the point where they were actively misleading Imogen into thinking that there was like a legitimate chance. But I think they were giving her the messages that she needed to be able to hear from him instead, like if they were true. So I actually do. I think in the moment, I think in the moment, it's easy to feel kind of very kind of angsty and kind of very kind of kind of anti towards Imogen, but then it's like in the end I think you realize it's really not her fault. I think she deserves happiness as much as him, and also and she deserves to find someone that she likes as much as she likes Harry. And I think for her she genuinely could like Harry, but then I think that kind of genuine attraction is also kind of, I think, kind of being sidelined by like her friends actually pushing her towards him for the sake of history and for the sake of them two being together just because they're a guy and a girl. So, hoping she finds something better too. I'm hoping she actually finds some better friends, and hopefully she finds the light as well and everything. Because I think her scenes definitely kind of made things awkward and everything. But again, I think deep down it's probably not even like really her fault. I think it can be very easy to blame any kind of awkwardness completely on her and actually be like, oh, she's trying too hard or whatever. But I think in the end, I think she was goaded. I feel like she was goaded into it almost as much as he was by his friends. So. Yeah, but I think even in the previous episode, I think she was still trying to ignite conversation and ignite kind of interaction between them and everything. So I think deep down she did want something to be there because she thinks she easily could have liked him, but as we see now, it's just not really meant to be. So then I'm hoping she actually finds that out in the right way and then actually is able to actually deal with that in like a positive. I mean, there's no guarantee because teenagers, like anything can go wrong, and you can find out the right thing in the wrong way at the wrong time, and everything can get blown apart. But still, hopefully the story is more wholesome in like. Hopefully the story is wholesome in more than just a queer way. Hopefully it's actually wholesome in a way that like teenagers can actually exhibit and actually have healthy communication, healthy relationships, and healthy understandings of how stuff works and everything. I mean, given that they're teenagers, probably hoping for like a little bit more or being like a bit more idealistic than can be accurately kind of like satisfied and everything. But still, yeah, there's a bunch of potentially straight people on this show that deserve happy endings. I think I'd say Imogen is one of them. I'd personally kind of vouch for Imogen to at least be one of them. So yeah, but yeah, no, I think where was I? I think Nick and Charlie. I think the homophobic stuff. I mean, yes, I mean Harry gonna kind of started being all dickish about Charlie and Nick hanging out together and teasing Nick and everything. So I think he rightfully got called out on his homophobia. He rightfully got called out, and then they made him uncomfortable, and then him and the lads had to rendezvous and talk about like how they were gonna approach Nick after that and everything. So. Yeah, I mean, they might as well have just not to, because I think even the excuse they came up with afterwards was just a pile of BS. I think in the end, they just as well might as well have not. So, yeah, but now we know that Nick is no longer going to be associating with them in any way that really matters. I don't know if that means he's really going to quit the team or if he's going to do something else about it. But then I don't know. But still. Because I mean, we don't even know for sure what the actual school's policy on unfair treatment and equal treatment among students really is and everything. So, because yeah, I think yeah, I mean, I don't really, I mean, I don't know if Charlie being outed like that would have been grounds for like any kind of actual student punishment. Because then I mean, it had to be like a student who kind of potentially found out and like leaked the info or something. But I don't know if that would be. I mean, I don't know if that would be kind of punishable by anything, or if that would be kind of like if the student wouldn't have been warned against trying anything like that in the future or something. But I don't know. But either way, don't know if he can quit the team on the on the basis that his teammates are a bunch of dicks, or if he's gonna switch like form rooms, or I don't know if he can. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do besides from distance himself from them socially, but then academically he's probably still kind of stuck with them. So I don't know, but either way, he called them out on it. Spent the night, well, spent part of the night with Charlie, and managed to send some sparks and fireworks fucking flying. And then, yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So, for the most part, worked out. For the most part, it definitely kind of worked out. So, yeah. And then, yeah, of course, we had another great kiss. Potentially a first kiss. I mean, you know what? I think, again, because of how casual and how, like, natural that kiss was, I'm pretty sure that would have been their first actual public kiss. Their first actual public kiss. I think, even this time, I think, I think Nick was kind of, like, somewhat surprised at, like, finding them, like, being able to be so open together and everything, and then they kind of then Tara revealed that her and Darcy had a talk, and then they're actually finally ready to not come out necessarily, but just kind of like to not really deny anything. So I think they're like just not really denying their status, their kind of relationship or anything. So I think that's great. I think that kind of seems to be like somewhat of like a of like a commonality among queer kind of partners and queer relationships too. So I think just like not necessarily making like a big announcement or actually kind of telling people, but then actually being like, but if they're asked, then they're like, sure, yeah, I'm in this relationship with this person, and it's it's just what it is. So it's great for them. It's great for them. I think that them going down that road. I think that also kind of does make it somewhat easier to actually navigate it too. If they're casual, I think if they're casual about it, I think it definitely does kind of like maybe like slow down the questions, or maybe even actually kind of like it's kind of easier to slip past prying eyes if you're just kind of casual. Like if they're casual about it, if they actually don't kind of try and draw more and more kind of like more suspicious kind of eyes towards them and everything. So I think that's great, and I think that's what makes them comfortable too. So that's really good. But I think that scene of them having their first kind of public kind of their first public kiss at the party too. And I think even like the kind of editing and like the filtering of the flag, like the spinning flag and the stripes going down up and down and everything like that whole kind of editing thing was great. And I think even then the actual combination of like Nick seeing them and finally realizing, that is what I want. That is what like he wants to be able to kiss the boy he has a crush on as naturally and as happily and as peacefully as that, without anyone else in the world giving a shit, and without even feeling like, without even being made to feel bad or weird or anything for. Like, he wants that, but with Charlie, and actually I think the beauty of that, I think the kind of duality of that, like like Tara and Darcy are happy together, and they're kind of happy with flaunting that and actually being open about it without like fear or like without kind of denial, and then that kind of energy is then passed on to Nick too. It's like them kind of like very very subtly being like, what, go get your boy and go show him what you mean and show him how much he means and everything. So yeah, but I think I actually got like to begin with actually having that moment, even I think even as that kind of that scene was passed through Nick too, even like that moment still finding ways to be exclusive and kind of put the spotlight on Tara and Darcy in such like an important and such a pivotal kind of way, and then in such a way they still kind of highlighted them too as an actual couple as well, was still just so great to see. And I think just seeing them having fun, still dancing, seeing like just them just actually being two girls in love and everything. Oh God, I think that is just the kind of like I think that is the kind of story that like a lot of kind of like different kind of queer love stories actually needs to actually just showing the couples, showing the people together actually kind of being together and being happy, and like not having to fight for their love, but still actually being able to celebrate and still being able to kind of just have like a nice time and not having to worry about being othered or even being seen as like no, and like not even being really kind of celebrated in like a really kind of like a kind of really kind of I not necessarily kind of preachy, but still kind of like not being sidelined, even if they're not being sidelined, even if it is in like a celebratory way too. Just like they are like almost like any other couple in that room too. They're just having a nice time, just kind of showing each other affection and still showing each other care and love and everything. So it's really great. It is really great, and I cannot wait to see more of how they're involved in the story, more of how they're involved in the series, and how they're going to get along with each other, and how they get along with Elle too, and actually them kind of still having their own kind of little kind of adventures with Elle at Higgs and everything. So yeah, it was great. It was great. It was really great. Yeah. And yeah, I think I think this episode wasn't just romance. It wasn't just romance and love. I think we did have like a fair amount of actual kind of platonic affection and platonic connection and friendship too, and that came with Tao and Elle. Elle, I think movie night was for the most part cancelled. I think obviously Charlie made those plans with Nick, and then those plans kind of involved not being at the movie night and everything. So he cancelled, and in the end, I think just as I was wondering like where in this kind of little split screen group chat scene that was going on, like where the hell Isaac was. I was pretty sure. I'm pretty sure like there's an I think pretty sure Isaac is a part of this friend group, and as a result he's got to be part of the group chat. And then lo and behold, like 5 seconds after I mentioned him, he pops up in the corner at his desk reading a book, and he literally takes one look at the group chat. I think he didn't even respond until he took one look at the group chat and then put it away and was like, no, I'm going back to my book. So you know what? I think whether he's queer or not, Isaac also has a very relatable energy in this. I think you cannot deny the power of a good book, of a good story you can just dig into. Like if he loves to read, then that is just so much more power to him. I think that is also something like again, queer or not, you can relate. I think different people can relate. Different people, and I think quite a lot of different people can actually relate to just being offered the chance to even, because I think it was also like on his end, it was definitely much more of like a personal thing too, because if it was like even if it was like social pressures or something, then that would mean that he still had the opportunity to go to something smaller and a lot more personal, which was the movie night with Tao and Elle. But then in the end, he was like, no, I'm doing self-care. I want to be by myself. I want to get into this book. Like he's probably just getting good, probably getting to the good chapter, and then he's probably got his own food. He has like ready access to his own snacks and everything, and he's comfortable. He's in his own safe space and everything, and he's enjoying a good story and everything. So I get it. I think, and I kind of hope that a lot of people will too, because you can't deny self-care, but then you also can't deny the power of self-care when you're doing something you love. You're taking the time to do something you love, maybe something you wasted for, or even if it's something that you've actually done routinely for the past month or so. Like just the power of a good book, the power of reading cannot be underestimated, and it should not be underestimated or understated or anything. So I get it. If he wants to just kind of lay back or even sit at his desk. I don't know how often I can really read at like a desk. I think I definitely need to be like sat on like a bean bag or like a comforter, or like actually sat under a comforter or something to actually kind of read and everything. So yeah, but either way, power of a good book cannot be denied. So then I think he took one look at the group chat and then kind of put his phone away, and then he actually responded like hours later once Elle got to Tao's house and everything, and then he was like, no, oh God, no, I'm too sick, I'm dying here, I can't make it, just watch one last movie in my honor or something. So no, I'm pretty sure. I think he looked fine in that little screen kind of thing that that we saw. I think so. I'm willing to bet 100%. He either kind of coughed himself, like to try and really put on like an act in case they phoned him, or he was like, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna make up something of it. Like he's too invested in a good book and some alone time. So he really did not want either the big party or the small party. So he was fine. So Isaac, again, this is still super relatable. So yeah, and I'm curious to see more. I'm curious to see more of him too. I'm really curious to see more of how else he actually really kind of fits into his friend group and everything. Because Tao even kind of like referred to them as like the social outliers and the outcasts, like their own little group of social outliers. I think even thingy, what's his name, Charlie mentioned that like he's the only one who's gay. Like his other friends aren't like gay, so. He's. Elle is trans, but then I think maybe I don't know. Maybe she's bi, maybe she's straight. I don't know, but either way, I think he like in his eyes, he's the kind of I don't know, maybe, I mean, well, I mean, I think, I mean, I don't know if that would count as him making assumptions either, like, because he hasn't asked them, and they haven't really kind of told him or come out to him, yeah, or anything, so I don't know if that's him speaking from actual knowledge, or if he's just kind of assuming that because they're not gay, then they can't possibly be anything but straight. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't know if this is gonna end up being a thing where it's like where like Charlie's gonna get taught about like bisexuality and fluidity and all that kind of stuff. So I really don't know. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like I guess we can just wait and see where maybe it's gonna be like a journey of his own too. Maybe it's actually gonna be a journey of his where he learns about other identities and other kind of labels and their kind of meanings and histories and everything, and actually kind of learns a bit himself. I think that would be a pretty interesting kind of perspective to follow as well. So I guess we'll see. I guess so. Yeah. But yeah, I think yes, I think the movie night kind of ended up being just Tao and Elle, and I think they both yeah, I think they both kind of talked about like making new friends and maintaining different connections and like just kind of moving forward in life, meeting new people and maintaining those connections and all that kind of stuff. And then I think Tao is somewhat kind of insecure, like Isaac didn't show up because he would rather be on his own, and then Charlie went to like a big new popular party and everything, and he was like hanging out with Nick and everything, and he's a popular kid. And then Elle was in like a whole different school making other connections. I think he felt, understandably, I think he felt like a little bit kind of left behind, but also kind of neglected and everything. And then even then like Elle was the only one who really kind of showed up to the movie night and everything. So yeah, there was that thing. But I think it was really sweet to see her being greeted so warmly and lovingly by Taz. Like her bringing Elle in and actually asking her about the school and actually kind of bringing her in so warmly and giving her a hug and everything. I think that was really kind of sweet to see. So it's cool that Elle even has like I think Elle even seems to have some sense of like a home with her friends and at least with Tao that we know of and everything. So that was really sweet. But yeah, I think, but I think even then, I think Elle just got. I think they were both also kind of tackling that kind of conversation like from different ends of the spectrum too. From different ends of the spectrum too, because I think obviously Elle kind of is in that, but like is now in that position where she's actually in like a different setting and like in a whole new social circle, and she kind of also kind of like, I mean, even the way she saw it, she really had no choice but to really put herself out there and try and make some new connections and forge those connections and actually see where they led her and everything. So I think she as much as she still values her ongoing friendships and the friendships she's had with Isaac and Tao and Charlie, I think she definitely kind of still. And I think also I think for her now, I think for her now like she wants some like actual girlfriends in her life too. Like even if it's not a romantic one or maybe even like a romantic one at some point, but for the most part, I think she wants some more female friends in her life to actually kind of connect with them and to kind of like fully blossom and actually kind of discover more people and find out more about her future and everything in that sense too. So I think in that way she's been really kind of fortunate with Tara and Darcy, who have welcomed her in with open arms and actually kind of taken her in and actually kind of helped her integrate a bit more and actually kind of helped her to really kind of understand the Higgs kind of situation a bit more too. So that's been really cool. But I think she also I think she did kind of she didn't necessarily she didn't necessarily kind of sideline or actually kind of like ignore Tao's kind of concerns. But I think she did kind of point out the kind of inevitability of actually kind of like of actually meeting new people and actually making new friends and actually kind of moving on in different kind of stages of your life too. Because I think when you're in high school too, I think because I think you spend like an arguably kind of large amount of your youth in high school. And I think because that is it's like also kind of like the somewhat more kind of formative years of your youth. So then because of that, like the friendships you make, the things you do, the memories you make, I think you definitely make them. But then I think with like some people, you kind of like they kind of see as a chance to either kind of keep them or make new ones. I think even the connections you have, sometimes you drift apart from people, and then sometimes it's for the best, sometimes it's not, and then things really kind of spiral out of control and everything. But I think for the most part, I think she definitely kind of understood like Tao's kind of desire to keep everything the way it was and to actually kind of maintain what they had left and everything. So yeah, I think overall, I think that scene between them, I think also kind of highlighted I think a kind of connection that like a connection and a form of affection and mutual kind of attraction between people that kind of I think it is kind of overlooked. And I think that's kind of like the whole kind of friendship and platonic attraction part. Because I think I think again, I think with so many queer relationships too, I think love and that kind of attraction is just so kind of like somewhat kind of hyper focused on, but also kind of prioritize a bit more. But then I think actual kind of like actual friendship between people. I mean, we don't know like what Tao is, like if he's queer or like or anything. But you know, I think regardless, I think actual friendship between queer people, and just I think friendship in general, I think it is just like it is like oftentimes like a kind of attraction and like a link between people that is kind of often overlooked or even underplayed or something. But then or sometimes it's like it's what two characters actually start off as, but then you know, because of normalcy and everything, they kind of like expand that to become to become like an actual relationship and everything. And it's like, you know, leads to misconceptions and all sorts of other things. I think actually kind of like analyzing and understanding and talking about friendship and talking about that kind of platonic linkage between people, I think was actually like a really cool scene and like a really cool aspect of the story to actually have in this episode. So that was really good. So yeah. But yeah, I think that is for the most part pretty much all I have from this one. I think there was the thing with Ben too. So I think on Nick's side, he's kind of sidelining his kind of old rugby pals now, and then on I think maybe on Charlie's side, he's also kind of finally kind of sticking Ben to the wall and just kind of leaving him there too, and everything. So I'm kind of maybe trusting that maybe that kind of whole kind of past is gone now too. I'm hoping now at least Ben got the message too, because I think he probably kind of I think especially like knowing how he already did treat Charlie in public at school, I think he probably wouldn't really kind of dare to really kind of to really meet up with him in public. So I think maybe here like him running into Charlie in that corridor, I think was to him probably like his own little kind of stroke of luck until Charlie actually made his feelings clear and push him away and everything. So I think on his side he might finally be getting rid of that kind of baggage too. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I've got. I think again the ending just the rain. So now we got to find out exactly what Nick's gonna do after running for God knows how many kind of, you know, like how long in the rain he's been running to get to Charlie's house and getting soaked in the process, and now seeing what he's gonna do, if he's gonna speak, if he's gonna kiss him again, if he's gonna do something else. So we don't know yet, but it's going to be all in the next episode, which I will be seeing very soon, because I've been spending the last kind of like day or two just kind of trying to get through these episodes so I can actually kind of release them as soon as possible. So yeah, this is just so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch, so much fun to get into. So I think hopefully like soon enough after I actually finish watching this season, hopefully I can actually get my hands on the graphic novels and see what they're all about, and see. And I don't know, maybe if I might kind of spoil myself and see what's coming in the future by reading the other volumes and everything. So I don't know, but I guess we'll see. So for now, I'm just really happy to really continue into this, like through this journey with the show and see what else it's got to offer, and how the story's going to continue and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got from this one. So that was Heartstopper season 1 episode 3. That's 3. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video as always. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment what you thought of this episode and how you felt about it and all the stuff it explored and what you're looking forward to in the coming ones. Once again, full-length reaction will be over on Patreon if you want to go check that over there. And yeah, that is it for now. So until the next time, bye bye for now.